Flabbergast. Now you'll remember this one because this is the Flabbergast roll. Hey, we're two fat guys.
And we just watched Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Is it The Empire Strikes Back or just Empire Strikes Back?
The Empire Strikes Back. Clayton, ruling? The? Research is being done.
Okay, so we'll get back to you.
Because you can't Google it. People in internet land. So I think first take, Millie.
Yeah.
Less commentary this time.
Yeah, we had whiteboards.
Not as many giggle fits.
we had
This one.
whiteboards, so
This one is less zany.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that helps.
Dark middle chapter.
It is the.
We have a ruling. It is the.
You just shot it back to the side. It's
While I was looking over.
Uh,
So what thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it was more serious tone in this one. I was more paying attention to it than the whiteboarding behind me.
That's
So,
probably
Good.
I was tempted.
So also
There's a lot of
spoil-
angry writing.
there are also like spoilers galore. We're like,
massive spoiler.
we're Star Wars fans, so we're like debating hot topics. But we're like, fucking no way, because the klaxon device. And...
A few less silly moments in this one.
But still, some silly moments.
The man
Which-
Yoda, right?
Oh man, I forgot about how funny Yoda is before he reveals himself.
Yeah, I kind of lost it when he just started beating R2-D2.
Oh yeah, when R2-D2's like trying to take the thing back.
Good for R2-D2 though, right?
Yeah,
It's like, hey, that's not yours.
This isn't okay.
he has a strong moral compass. Not that he has a choice. That's how he's
They
programmed.
installed it. It's very powerful and moral compass.
So what do you got?
All right, so let's see here. Oh, this is the. Oh, okay. One of the things that people have seen Star Wars a lot in these new ones is he adds a lot of stuff. What frustrates you more than stuff he adds that I feel is pointless and just makes it look stupid are things that he took like forever to fix or still hasn't fixed. Clayton pointed out that like the Death Star plans don't really look like the Death Star in Episode 4.
Yeah.
In this one, I actually fixed in this one, the original Wampa arm, because they originally didn't show the Wampa, it was just like an arm on a stick. Except for some reason it was like a pink rock, because they said, let's make it the most obnoxious color ever. And in the original version, and up until the Blu-ray release, you could see the edge of the pink pole in frame when the arm first hits Luke while he's out on the Tauntaun. And it took them until the Blu-ray to decide, oh, you know what, we should just... Okay, that's fixed. And it's just, it's frustrating all the little things. Like, I love when they update it to correct, like, shitty effects. Like, I watched the special edition when I was young, and they talked about, like, okay, well, the blue screen sort of made this sort of see-through parts of ships, and they fixed that.
The
And so I love,
first-person stuff on Hoth.
yeah, and fixing the speeder so you can't really see the wheels underneath
Yeah,
it.
the Vaseline smear.
Yeah, all that stuff is really good, but the fact that, like, that's a super low priority to them, like, oh, I guess we'll take the pink pole out of this shot. It's super frustrating to me, and yeah, that's what I thought of. So it's been like years, right, between the two films. Year, more
Which
than
I
a year.
did not catch at first.
Time has passed.
Yeah, time has
Okay.
passed, and I think even more time passes.
Why couldn't Han pay off Jabba? What? Like, I know the rebellion's going on and stuff, and you got a lot to do, but at some point you have light speed. Just swing by Tatooine real quick and drop off those big boxes
of cash that you got.
the burlap sacks with dollar signs on the side. No, man.
No, he could have,
Would've
blown
made
it
sense than
all in the
waiting.
casino.
Until everyone was super pissed off at him. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Early in the film, a bunch of small little fun things. Like that poor deck officer who Han told to, I'll see you in hell.
Yeah.
He was just doing
It's like,
his
hey,
job.
you're gonna freeze to death. Like, good.
I'll see you in hell. Like, what did that guy do to go to hell?
Though also, on the other side of that, though, is all of these officers are like, no, Luke, he's probably fine. I'm like, he's your commander. Like, and he's just missing out in Hoth. And Han seems to be the only one who cares. They're all like, nah, he's probably went through the other entrance. Like, nope, he didn't come through this entrance. He probably didn't even check in at all. Like, that sounds like Luke
Also, did you know
wandering in.
depending on how you interpret the Force choke, this is the first time people move shit with their mind. In Episode 4, no one moves shit with the Force. And in fact, I was thinking about it with the Jedi mind trick that you see in Episode 4. If they didn't, before they did this, you might have thought like, "Oh, I'm just going to tell your brain you can't breathe. You can't breathe." Fucking what? Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, but it didn't even occur to me because in my mind, Force is floating shit
Yeah.
around and floating apples to your loved one. And so it just didn't occur to me that they don't do it in 4. It's just not there.
Yeah.
Much like good lightsaber fighting, it's
Yeah.
just not there. And that just seems so similar to me.
More lightsaber fighting in this one.
More
More Darth Vader in this one.
solid lightsaber fighting. Okay, fun new theory I came up with this one. Okay, so the first admiral that Darth Vader chokes to death in this one.
Mhm.
Okay, the first scene you see him in, a guy comes up to him and is like, "Hey, the probe returned. The probe that we sent out to find the rebels says a thing saying, hey, this might be rebels. Should we go after it?" He's like, "No, nah. We get tons of reports. We don't go after it." And he's fighting really hard. He looks super upset when they go after it, and then he jumps the ship too close to Hoth to alert the rebels. I think he's a rebel spy. And I think Darth Vader found out, and that's why he choked him. That guy has been sabotaging the chances of the Empire finding the Rebel Alliance all along.
Yeah. If he's not a rebel spy, he at the very least is trying to overthrow Vader. Because again, like I pointed out earlier, like everyone looks terrified of Vader always, except for the one nonchalant guy towards the end.
Playing Angry Birds.
Yes. Oh shit! Was that Vader?
Oh, I thought he was still down on the...
Did he see? Did he see? Oh, I'm not choking to death, so I must be good.
Cool. We're good.
I gotta go change my suit.
Yeah, I really appreciate how terrified everyone looks of Vader anytime that he's around. And that kind of plays into that. Like, we can't win this war, guys. We gotta...
Yeah, but I just occurred to me, I'm like, this guy has done several things to help the Rebel Alliance, and he is really trying hard to ignore this lead. So either he is the laziest officer ever, is like, go to a planet and look at stuff.
Well, maybe he's the one that trained all the stormtroopers. Like, go through a door? That's exhausting.
Just go to the next one. One will be open, probably. Or not. We'll just take the day off. So like that.
Half day?
Just tell the guys it's a drill.
Yeah.
So as cool as the AT-ATs are, the walkers, as cool as they are, it's pretty much they sat down and said, how can we make a tank bad? Like, alright, it has to have articulated limbs that it needs to walk on, and it might fall over if it steps on a rock
Wait,
here.
it's really top heavy.
You can trip it.
Top heavy.
Like, just do tanks. I feel like tanks would have ended the Hoth battle a lot faster. They'd zoom on up, shoot the hell out of
I
everyone.
don't think you've ever seen a tank. They don't do a lot of
Compared to a
zooming.
walker, have you seen a walker? They're like,
Well, they seem slow, but they're also giant.
I'm telling you. Well, Luke was like keeping up with one. He's like, oh, we're alongside this one.
Because he's a Jedi. He was using the Force run, so...
I was getting a lot of nostalgia. I used to have like, I think they're made by Micro Machines. They're like small little toy sets of different Star Wars settings.
Mhm.
My favorite one I had was Dagobah, and had a bunch of different stuff, including there was the X-Wing in the swamp, and like if you put Yoda on this part, it would lift up out of the swamp. Then you took him off, it would go back down. And also there was the creature in the lake that was like a R2-D2 cannon. Like a little R2-D2 toy, loaded into his mouth, and you hit a button, just pew!
Alright, that's pretty good.
It was so much fun. Also, there are welding goggles on the Millennium Falcon. So therefore, blast shield, once again useless.
I'll do some internet research. Next video, I'll come back with it.
Also, can we talk about how Darth Vader deflects lasers with his hands? Once in the history of Star Wars? Someone's just like, lasers? Fuck that. Nope. No thank you. And I'm like, what? Every other Jedi's using lightsabers and really trying. He's just like, fuck lasers.
Maybe he had just like a piece of like reinforced
Thick ass
metal,
stuff.
and just like one time, like ding, like oh my god, that was awesome! I got so lucky right then.
In which case, every Jedi should have thick ass gloves. Just go, woo, woo.
You had a split second to use the Force, though.
Because think how terrifying it'd be to all that. But why doesn't all Jedi's do it then? Why bother your lightsaber? You can just terrify people going, no.
Because lightsaber.
Okay, that's fine. Man, Han's a badass. I want to know, did you notice how much of a badass Han is?
He's a total badass.
Think about the Carbonite scene. Did you notice what makes him a super badass other than the I know instead of I love you? Okay, so fans have noticed over time that when he's lowered into the tank, he is handcuffed and bound. And when he is frozen, his hands are unhandcuffed and he is up. He was about to jump out of that tank. In the few seconds they lowered him, he ripped off his handcuffs and was getting ready to pounce.
He's at the come at me bro phase right there.
Also, Did they not?
Also, he changed clothes in there. If Return of the Jedi.
That's right. He took off like his jacket. He's like, oh, this jacket's too much. Oh, what did you think about the line between Ghost Obi-Wan and Yoda of, no, there is another?
Is that I'm assuming it's referencing his sister, Princess Leia, right? Is that?
I believe when it was written, they were like intentionally vague, like fucking we'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I mean, in retrospect, yes.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, it was like I knew it anyway.
Yeah,
But when
now
they
it
said
makes
it, just
sense.
like, oh, yeah, there's another. Okay.
Yeah, because
Gotcha.
that's the one I think we would have surprised people more if they haven't seen it. Because I think a lot of people know about like Darth Vader's dad, but they might be like, another? Oh, is there gonna be another Jedi? No.
Had I not known like absolutely anything,
Mm-hmm.
and seen it for the first time without any clues or anything from the interwebs,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably been like,
Stupid internet. Internet, this is your fault.
"Fuck you, internet."
I blame you. But large, one little thing I want to complain about, because I haven't complained about anything so far in this marathon, is I wonder if it's an intentional choice, but they decide to just not regulate how people pronounce characters' names.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Because there's Hans and Hans everywhere. There's Leahs and Leias left and right.
you know, but a lot of that is by people who maybe wouldn't necessarily know, or like, I read this one, like,
I know, but you think like, well, first off, Princess Leia is like important to the rebellion. You think they'd be
Well,
like,
yeah.
it's Leia. Fuck it. You know what? Just keep talking with your inaccurate Death Star picture, and it'll be fine.
she's a diplomat. She's not gonna like correct people.
Ahem.
Yeah, like she don't want to be a dick about it.
I don't know. I kind of feel like she doesn't. Have you watched anything else she's done? I feel like she
She's
might want to be a
kind
dick
of
about
bitch.
it. But yeah, it's hitting me now. Watching them so close together, I'm like, say people's names right. So those are all the little random comments I had. So how do you feel thinking of, or do you want to watch Return of the Jedi before you say better of the two?
I'll have to watch that, but I definitely, yeah. I mean, it reminded me that this movie's awesome. I mean, this whole thing has been doing that.
Also not written by or directed by George Lucas, so
That helps.
episode 7 looking pretty promising in my mind. It's like, right, when it's just sort of a vague sci-fi setting and then other people handle the details, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, well, we'll click through to see our thoughts on what's next. Oh, Attack of the Clones is coming up. So now we're
Spoilers!
now we're jumping
Don't
back.
say the title. Then she'll know what's about to happen.
I've seen the movie. I'm still not sure what happens.
Clone Attack.
Jumping back to episode 2. So see you then. And if that camera's out of tape, see you then.
Pizza.